Bang!
Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Let's go. Salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United. just to piss Rush off lah, seriously. We are
He's not even looking at you all, way.
fan channel. Yes, dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. Okay, if you're new to our channel, please do the YouTube stuff. Please like our videos, comment below, share our videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so guys, finally, all right, we got the Rig World Cup behind us, all right, and then the return of real football. Okay, and what we mean by real football is Manchester United in action in the English Premier League. Okay, and of course, feeling absolutely fantastic. Okay, with 3 points in the bag and also quite a satisfying game now. Okay, although we would prefer more goals now. All right. So guys, to kickstart this discussion, all right, let's talk a bit about Erik ten Hag signing now. All right, the players that he brought into Manchester United so far, I think pretty much overall making huge impact on the way that we are playing, all right? Lisandro Martinez, Christian Eriksen, Tyrell Malacia, Anthony, maybe not quite that yet, but one particular player, all right, after yesterday's performance blew my mind totally, all right, in the form of Casemiro, all right? So I'm going to start off today with Doc, all right, Doc. Casemiro, what's your take on Casemiro, all right? From the first day that he actually came into the English Premier League, all right, I'm sure that many of us, we had doubts that this guy is maybe Nemanja Matic 2.0, declining, best years are behind him, coming in for the money and whatnot, right? So his performance from the first day, the first game that he played for Manchester United, up to the performance yesterday. So what's your take on that?
I think from the moment he came in his first interview, he said he's here to win things, right? He's here to win things, he's here to bring the club up, and that is a talk of somebody who's not coming for money and things like that. He really came to play. And I'll admit, I had doubts. I had my doubts because he started off very slow as well. He didn't really perform in the first few games. But since then, he's been fantastic. Even when he played in defense, he's fantastic. But his performance yesterday was colossal. Really colossal performance. What a performance. Seriously.
I think like before this, right, when we are talking about, CDM, I think Raj, you were always shouting for a CDM. Right now it's like right in front of us. This is actually what we have been missing all this while. I mean, of course, if he consistently performs like this, Casemiro, right, this is something that truly has been lacking in, when we are talking about the donut, the hole in the center of the midfield and whatnot. Yesterday is like literally we got 3 additional players in the team with Casemiro running everywhere. And also, catalyst for, I think, 2 of the goals that we scored. Maybe, Raj, you want to add on? Because I believe you were the most vocal one around us talking about the CDM last time.
Yeah.
You're mute.
What I would say is we are 4 seasons too late. I mean, for 4 seasons, 4 to 5 seasons, we're suffering with Matic on the decline, and then we are trying to actually make a duck a chicken in the form of McTominay. So this kind of nonsense all was taking place, and now you have a proper CDM. It shows what difference a player can make, an actual competent player in that position, not just Casemiro per se, but you have Eriksen beside him to actually recycle the ball. But yesterday, I think even one of us could have played together with Casemiro. All we had to do was get the ball from him and move the ball forward, because he was doing the entire sweeping in the defensive line. He was taking care of the defense. And let us not forget, yesterday Luke Shaw and Rafa Varane played as the centre-back partnership. It was a new partnership to begin with, and Casemiro was everywhere, literally. My only concern is, in the event he picks up a knock or an injury, we are back to square one. So I pray that he is fit to actually end the season on a high note. That's my only concern, because you see, when McTominay plays, he tackles, but after that he goes hiding. He doesn't want to get the ball and do the next thing, that is to actually spray the ball to the left or right or whatever it is. find an intricate pass or whatnot, because he doesn't have that intelligence of being a CDM that Casemiro shows. 5-time Champions League player, 5-time Champions League winner, and he's still hungry for more.
Yes. Okay, comment by Smurf. Yes, splendid Casemiro. Hey, come on lah, no more Casemiro lah. All right, this is Cassie Masterclass. But we gotta look forward. What happens if Casemiro get injured? Also, touch wood not lah, but we need young blood there to imitate Casemiro. Seriously, this guy Casemiro performance, we need backup. But yeah, probably any particular names that can actually, maybe the closest one that could actually imitate or maybe learn under Casemiro is probably Scott McTominay, right? I think.
Palina.
Sorry?
Palina in Fulham. I don't know how on earth is he in Fulham.
No, I mean in our current squad.
In our current squad, we actually sold a player, bro. Jimmy Garner.
Yeah, Jimmy Garner.
Jimmy Garner.
Exactly. That was a big screw up lah.
As usual.
Worse than not getting Gakpo lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think what Raj said was perfectly on point. It's actually not just Casemiro alone, it's Eriksen. I think the two of them, right, they really open up a lot of play for everybody. They make everybody else look much better lah.
Yeah,
with considering all our problems in midfield in the last few seasons, right, the two of them together, I mean, Casemiro is, in a sense, he's really damn check up because he senses the danger and moves in. He doesn't rely on speed. His just reading of the game is superb. And once he wins the ball, right, he actually does something with it. Like we saw with the third goal as well, right? Yeah, that's the key. Not just winning the ball, but actually what they do with it moving forward.
Casemiro is the type of player that we had been missing since Kino left. He makes football an easy game to play when many midfielders struggle to do so at Man United. The thing that actually I was thinking about yesterday, right? Imagine Paul Pogba still being around, with Casemiro doing all the dirty work. I think we would have seen a different kind of Paul Pogba. But again, bygones be bygones. I'm just saying that because Said is here, right? Said,
I think if I may add, I think he's the best midfielder we had since Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick was the last decent CDM we had. But Michael Carrick was not really a CDM, but per se, but he was the best thing before Casemiro came in.
Okay, just now you actually mentioned that players like, for example, Scott McTominay being made to play certain positions, in the previous regimes and whatnot, right? So one of the things I want to ask Pijal, okay, so one of the things that worries us usually, right? I mean, based on our previous experiences of the previous managers and whatnot, right? When the players play out of position, right, we get worried. Okay, but then we have seen that, like Luke Shaw now played centre back yesterday. Casemiro played centre back in the game against Burnley that day, right? So do you think maybe right now we are seeing, a particular system, Eric Ten Hag style, whereby the players actually know what they're doing and they feel confident. They know their roles, they can do the work, they can execute their given task, whichever position they're given. What's your take on that, Pijal?
I think one of the things yang Eric Ten Hag was good at is that those players memang the gameplay is all about playing nice and simple. Don't make it difficult, don't make it very like orang kata bombastic everything. The bombastic one is only for the forwards. The forwards can do whatever they want. They can attack, they can shoot, they can do whatever they want. But other than the forwards, the midfield and also the defense do the basic thing. Clear the ball, pass the ball to the wide, pass the ball to the CDM. Make simple. When managers have those kind of tactic style, then players, even if you put McTominay to play centre back also, I believe that he can still perform much better than maybe Maguire ke, maybe better than Lindelof. You never know, kan? But yeah, like you said lah, Eric Ten Hag make the game plan very simple. Then other player can play in the position. Besides the forward punya line lah, tu je lah. Yeah.
Okay, and then just to add on, like Eric Ten Hag coming in, you can actually see improvements in players. Like even Scott McTominay that you mentioned, you can actually see improvements there, right? Diego Dolo, and also the next player you want to talk about, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Right, so Doc, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Obviously, I think yesterday the way he played much more improved. You can actually see a proper cross from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and then I think he's playing more of an inverted kind of role, tucking in and whatnot. Right? So, do you think that this player has a future in Manchester United, or we should move him on while he's hot right now, we should sell him in a January transfer window?
It actually depends what Ten Hag wants. Whether he's identified another replacement right back lah. We need one just in case Dalo gets injured, right? We don't have anybody. Even I think the youngsters who were there have actually gone on loan. I think if you ask me, I would still keep him, considering that he's made an attempt to fit back into the team, right? And this is the kind of players that you want. They are willing to work hard on the training pitch, willing to try and improve, right? And we mentioned it many times before. His crossing is bad, but that being said, he set up one against Burnley, which was a fantastic cross come volley kind of thing, right? And yesterday I thought he was also quite decent, good at the back, adventurous going forward. Although in totality, I think a lot of our attacks went down more towards the left side than the right, and that also showed that Anthony was quite ineffective as well. Yeah. So, but good. At least he's playing well. With Dalot, still probably injured, still getting back to full fitness. I think I would definitely keep him lah. He's somebody valuable to have at the moment.
Okay, the next player, all right, I want to talk about this one. I'm waiting for this because the whole thing is screwed up. So I'm pointing this to Raj, saving this for Raj. Should have came earlier, but then we need to talk about this guy. He made definitely an impact to this game, all right. Basically scoring 1 goal and of course 1 assist, all right, in the form of Marcus Rashford. Okay, Raj, do you think that we are seeing how to say, what's the word? A revelation, a change in Marcus Rashford? No longer a politician, no longer how to say, a charity guy. All right, he's actually being a proper footballer. You can actually see a change, reminiscent of the 2019 season. What's your take on that?
The question is for how long?
Hey, it's been doing well. 10 goals, 10
The question
games.
is for how long? Yeah, World Cup, yes. So far, yes. But for how long? Maybe this season, maybe next season he's back to whatever that he was doing earlier. But I hope he stays because he's in fine form. But one thing that is for sure, like he cannot play as a striker.
Definitely.
He has to come off the wing, either on the left or the right. I think that is his best position. Because if he comes off as a center forward, the ball over the top, and then he takes a few pauses, and then it disrupts the rhythm. When he's coming full on speed from either the left hand side or the right hand side, you see a different Marcus Rashford. I think Marcus Rashford depends so much on his speed, much like a lot of players who depend on speed. They play as an inverted winger who comes in and attack the goal. I think we are seeing the best of Marcus Rashford, and to be completely honest, the best of slowly but surely the best of Anthony Martial as well. Slowly he's coming back. We can see some deft touches and all here and there. But let's be honest, like guys. I mean, I need maybe your input on it. The striker position in Manchester United is literally a graveyard shift. Everybody who plays as a centre forward has a problem there. Everybody for the last 4 to 5 years.
No, I mean, okay, maybe
The
I'm
service.
being
I mean, like the service you are getting as a number 9 playing
Yes,
at Manchester.
the
How many
services
crosses do you get directly into the box? How many 1-2s are going in when you're playing as a centre forward for Manchester United? No, you're just standing there most of the time, and people think you're not doing much because you're playing high up and you are not getting much of the ball.
But that's where I actually see, right, for the number 9 position, right? I think, again, I'm being biased. I'm biased. Martial, right? I think he fits comfortably into this system that Erik ten Hag is playing. You know, when he plays deep, right, in the game that you watched yesterday, when he comes deep and whatnot, or he moves to the flank on the left and whatnot, you actually see a reason, him going there, not just like, oh, the manager is instructing me, I'm like blah blah sotong, I just run there and whatnot. You can actually see he's trying to do something. You can actually see he's like maybe playing like 2 steps ahead, thinking 2 steps ahead on how to, string passes together. So in a way, I think, yeah, definitely it's a graveyard shift and whatnot. But then I think right now, I mean, with a happy Martial, right, I think he fits perfectly in the number 9 position, provided, again, he stays fit, right? That's the main thing. And just to add on a bit on the Marcus Rashford thing, maybe you guys also can just add on. I think Doc wants to say something about his second favorite player, Marcus Rashford, right? So the Marcus Rashford last season, or maybe a few months back, right? I think that was the second goal that he actually passed to Martial, right? He would have run straight at the play with his head down, and he would have tried some kind of shot, right? I'm sure all of us, yes, seriously, I was damn surprised that he actually looked up. The moment he looked up, I knew it that Marcel was going to score. He was going to score. Maybe, Doc, you want to add on to that?
This is terribly biased, Pizza. I think the word I would use, right, is rejuvenated. Marcus Rashford started off on fire. He was on fire for many seasons. He was the guy who was actually carrying the team initially. right? And people people tend to forget what guys have done for the club, right? Only remember what happened last maybe a season and a half. Even that season where they lost the Europa League Solskjaer's second last season, he started off the season well. He was the only striker actually scoring goals, right? He was only towards the end carrying injuries, and then probably some unhappiness, and then especially in Ralph Rangnick's reign, he was totally unhappy the way he was playing. People, even we commented, right? He was not chasing back and things like that. Now we are seeing that, and probably is comfortable with the role Ten Hag has given him, right? Also gaining confidence, and what he needed was a run of games where he scored, right? That's what we said. We always say once he get goals, he will get confidence. Going away with England and scoring a couple of goals very quickly at the World Cup would do him good. And the fact that he didn't play every game he comes back refreshed, right? Still quite fresh. So, and we're seeing him carrying that form back into the season. So, as I've always said, an informed Marcus Rashford is something great for us, because when he's informed, he's always danger in terms of assists and goals.
Okay, comment here by Smurf. Benny McCarthy, right? What's his name? Benny McCarthy deserves credit on Rashid's improvements. Okay, so question. Yes, I know a lot of Pijal's fans, they're waiting for his input. Okay, Pijal. We can actually see, all right, Benny's how to say, influence on our strikers' performance, and also set piece. We finally scored from the corner yesterday, man. So what's your thing? I mean, generally, do you see, positiveness coming from the coaching? We were always condemning the coaching under your favorite manager's regime and whatnot, right? You rejuvenated and whatnot this time around.
No, I think the differences for this year is that we can see the style of play for our forwards now. Now, kalau macam dia cakap lah, kalau macam Rashford last season, you bawa bola tepi, cut back, pas belakang, pas Lucio, pas Maguire balik. So now,
Ask David De Gea, distribution Koyak.
Hey, come on. Nowadays he's throwing out the ball always, starting attacks.
so boleh nampak lah bila kita dah ada macam kata, give credit to Benny McCarthy in terms of now players understand bila nak shoot tu, what should they do, when is the right time to shoot, when is the right time to cut back and make a pass, when is the right time. So it's good that we have these players yang memang speciality in terms of the attacking. I have doubts about Benny McCarthy, even though he is a great player in 19. I think that time masa Jose 2004 yang dia score against United, I have doubts because he's not a great player, but yeah, sometimes even great player pun tak semestinya jadi great coach kan. You never know.
You shot yourself in the foot lah, serious.
So yeah. So now we can see the new dynamic of our attacking, especially Rashford, Martial, and also now we have seen Anthony coming into the frame, and then Garnacho also. So it's good lah. And now looking forward for the new season lah. Hopefully that we have this one person, the number 9 position. I don't want players that the wingers the wingers coming play as a striker. I don't want more that. I want someone like Zlatan. I want someone like Mitrovic. Even if you want to see current player, someone that really number 9 understand the number 9 role, understand what he's supposed to do, hold the ball, allow the wingers to play, invite everyone to play, invite everyone to attack. I want those kind of strikers. I don't want no more. I don't want Gakpo. I don't want this another soon to be wingers then coming playing as a striker. I don't want that. I want the proper number 9 strikers tu je.
Can I just quickly add something? Raj.
Can I ask you one question based on what Pijal said? Then you can add on. When you talk about a proper number 9 and whatnot, right? Do you think that our current system, right? I don't know. Are we Raj mentioned, are we actually giving enough supply? Are we playing, in a way whereby a number 9 would actually benefit? What's your take on that?
I think we will probably only know if we really have a proper number 9, right? Martial so far is doing a job. I think so far in terms of creativity, we are still lacking. We are still playing a lot, like even yesterday's goals, right? Still some of it is on the counter attack, right? I think we're not seeing the final finish article, right? In terms of even crossing into the box, I think into the service that they're getting, still not good enough. I think yesterday I think they mentioned we had 6 shots on goal, which is the most we ever had in a game. So that means before that we were not taking that many shots on target and things like that. So I think it's work in progress. Okay, we need to keep that in mind. What I wanted to say was actually, Raj mentioned our striker is a great graveyard shift, right? But we had one striker who scored 23 goals last season, even with that crap service. So just putting it there, lah.
But that was all written off when he came out and do the interview. All written off. Negative
No, but
23.
people
Guys, guys,
forget.
guys.
People
Negative
forget that
23.
he was the one
Okay.
scoring goals.
Let us not forget this. Let me put this out before I forget it, lah. The reason we are playing so well is because our best player on the pitch is Harry Maguire for not freaking being on the pitch.
I was waiting for a curveball.
I thought you were gonna say because no more goal.
No more goal.
Aduh.
No, I mean, if you're fit enough to make the bench and you see that a player who is playing at left back is playing in a centre back partnership, that is the biggest message the manager can tell you that look, we don't freaking need you in this club anymore. Get out.
True. Very, very true.
It's plain and simple. If you're fit enough to make the bench, that means you could actually play 60 minutes easily. Why didn't you not start when there was no proper centre back partnership there? Varane came back yesterday and today he's
Exactly.
already playing.
Exactly. And also, he was suffering from illness in the World Cup, fatigue from the World Cup and whatnot. And he's actually starting over Harry Maguire. Exactly. Very, very good point. Very, very good point. Okay, Raj, also, before I forget, I want to ask you about Bruno Fernandes, all right? So maybe if wait lah, chill lah, that one tunggu lah. Later, that one I point to you. Pijal, don't worry. I'll point to him and I'll point to you also. Don't worry. Okay, so Bruno Fernandes' performance yesterday, maybe it was overshadowed by Casemiro's performance, but I think Bruno had a pretty damn good showing yesterday as well. So what's your take on his overall, gameplay yesterday?
So overall, everyone did their job and responsibility well, but Casemiro did like 200%, 250% compared to everyone else on the field. You see Casemiro everywhere on the field. One last ditch tackle, you see Casemiro flying in with a sliding tackle to take the ball off the player, and then he's spreading the pass immediately. I think the only player who was a bit of a drawback yesterday was Anthony.
Yeah.
From the starting lineup, because Anthony looked like he's still a bit off. I mean, it happens when you come to a new environment. Sometimes you just have a dip for some time. You just need to find that confidence by getting your goal again, and then probably you start building up. But Bruno, to be honest, Bruno is the type of captain that we need. I mean, that one game that he didn't play, we actually suffered. If you all remember, the game that he was suspended, we can clearly see that
against Villa, was it against
I
Villa?
think was it Aston Villa, the one that we lost, right?
Villa,
2-1?
yeah, Villa.
He was not playing, and we can see the clear difference with Bruno and without Bruno. So I think he did the job that was required from a captain and a midfielder. And when he's moved to the right hand side, he still plays his role. He was okay to me.
Okay, Pijal. All right, the next player we want to talk about Donny van de Beek. All right, another player that personally I feel had a good showing yesterday was Donny van de Beek. Of course, compared to his previous showings, he had actually 20 minutes or so instead of 5 minutes, 6 minutes and whatnot. So what's your take on Donny van de Beek's performance yesterday? Do you think he has a place in Manchester United? Do we need to give him more time?
No lah. I think Eric Ten Hag just giving him times just so that January transfer window is coming. So come new buyer, come. It's time to buy this player from Ajax, former Ballon d'Or nominee 2017. I pitching. So I think no more lah. I think after last summer should have sold him last summer. Now it's January. Enough is enough. I don't want him. I rather provide Charlie Savage or Zidane Iqbal play rather than allow this Van de Beek. And Van de Beek is just a fraud lah. If there's a fraud Maguire kan, so now it's fraud the Beek. Fraud the Beek.
Front the Beek.
Can I play devil's advocate a little bit? For me personally, I don't think that Bruno had a good game. He's not had a really decent game.
You saw what you call the Rabona that he actually did. That was fantastic, man.
But there is a but. He didn't. For me, his performance wasn't that great. Made to look really good because of the players around him, like Eriksen and Casemiro. But he created a few good chances, and that is why Bruno still should play in that position. He created a lot of chances. He created, even though for me, I thought he didn't have a good game, but he still created two very good chances, which I think one Anthony didn't put away, and one more was I can't remember who missed the other one. But yeah,
The pass to Marcus Rashford for the second goal, that was from Bruno Fernandes.
the
So
first
that
goal.
was no, where the first goal? First goal is corner lah, way.
Dog.
Second goal was Martial, not Rashford.
No,
Yeah, second goal lah.
Oh, the ball,
pass
yeah.
to Rashford when he ran, that was from Bruno. Fantastic.
Yeah, but overall, for me, he faded in and out of the game. But he has that capability to deliver those kind of passes, those kind of chances. And I think he's created more chances than I think KDB as well, right? This season,
Anyone
I think
in
he's,
Premier League. He's
he created the most. But again, for me, he's not on top of his game. He's not even scoring much as well.
I think he actually came out in an interview yesterday after the game. He actually spoke to whatever channel, that Prime, Amazon or something like that. He was saying that actually he himself, he thinks that his performance playing in the team is much better than his debut season, whereby he was scoring goals. He might not be scoring goals right now, but he feel that he's blending in, he's doing the proper things instead of individual brilliance and whatnot from previous one. So the thing lacking right now is the goals, but I believe it will come because I see an improvement in his game in the recent games and whatnot. Right. Okay. Comment by VJ. Donny should and may as well go on loan with option to buy to an Italian team. Yeah, but then I think Erik Ten Hag already mentioned that he doesn't want to do this on loan kind of stuff. It's either you stay or we sell you away. So okay, another comment by VJ before I miss this. Rashi's current form has made the haters eat their words. I think so far
I see the hater in the.
No, I mean that time. Right? Let's be honest now. Okay. Apart from Doc right? Apart from Doc, I think everyone was pretty much irritated in a way with the way Marcus Rashford was actually playing. Hey, no.
See, Raj tak involve pun dia involvekan Raj juga kan. Tak boleh say.
I didn't lie. Raj, come on, Raj. You know me.
I was not happy with Marcus Rashford. I mean, honestly, he was more interested in doing charitable work and all that nonsense rather than playing football at one point. It got on our nerves so much that it's either if you're injured and you're out. All right. Or if you want to play, then you play properly. You don't half here, 1 foot here and 1 foot on the other side, and then you're trying to do balance both things at the same time. If you're going to play, you play 100%. If not, you're injured, you just stay injured and get recovered. Look at Phil Jones.
It's a role model. It's a role model.
That's a lot. Please don't touch a lot.
He's injured, so he stays injured. It's either, if you want to come and play, you play properly. If you want to stay injured, stay injured. Very simple.
For years already.
Yeah.
He came back somewhere. He did one performance and then disappeared.
Probably
again.
he did one stretch and then he pulled his groin muscle or something like that and he's back injured. I don't know.
Okay, question, Doc. I wanted to ask you this as well. Okay, Erik Ten Hag, right? How do you think that he's managing the players right now? The way that he's doing his subs and whatnot. Best example, Anthony Martial took him out in the 65th minute and whatnot. Knowing that Anthony Martial is a bit fragile emotionally and physically. So how do you think he's actually managing the players right now?
This is the first game back. This is the first game back from World Cup. I think he did second game back if we include the League Cup. And I think his substitution so far has been good. He, especially yesterday, he took out some of our key players. Even Rashford came out. Martial came out, right, to keep them fresh. Because we got an upcoming game again, right? And we know traditionally in the EPL, this Christmas is where actually the whole league table takes place as well, right? This is where you can actually build that momentum because you have many games in short span of time. But this may also expose your bench strength, right? So he will need to rotate. Key will be to rotate key members of the squad. And I think in yesterday's game, when we were 2-0 up, we were fully almost 90% in control, a little bit of scares here and there. He took the chance to rest the key players and bring him. But again, once he brought in, right, I mean, for me, Ilanga was poor. Fred was okay. Again, that exposes your bench strength. He scored, but that was because of the ball that was true to him from Casemiro. Yeah, but again, your bench strength is exposed, but he did well to rotate the squad yesterday. I hope he will. Again, it depends on how the game is going, right? If you're doing well in control, then yes. Yeah, so it will be key to keep players fresh, especially in the next 2 weeks or so.
Okay, and the topic of the night. All right, Isan, I'm pointing it to Raj. Saving this for you, brother. All right, Jesse Lingard, the return of Jesse Lingard. Okay, we need to talk about him. You know, I don't know whether he got injured and whatnot, but then he pretty much walked to the end of the pitch, and then he did how to say, a walk around Stratford End, getting standing ovation or applause, which apparently I think he mentioned in an interview that Manchester United actually owed him in a way. So what's your take on your former favorite player?
He got substituted because he was useless all game.
I,
Let's not kid ourselves. He was absolutely useless. I think you can have probably a Skittle there, and the Skittle will do a better job than Jesse Lingard did all day. And to be honest, Jesse Lingard, to me, he shows how far the club fell backwards after Sir Alex Ferguson. This player, he's one of the examples of a player who should not be wearing a Manchester United jersey long term. You had so many other better players who were around, right? Who were during that era, but all of them got sold because of bad management decisions, because of board backing. The reason Jesse Lingard stayed that long was because he was a social media ambassador for Manchester United.
Very true.
It was not because of his football, right? I know friends among us who have better football intelligence, better football knowledge than Jesse Lingard. I can point it out to you, right?
I think for
So,
that. Now I continue. Sorry.
so he is what he epitomizes. He is the epitome of what Manchester United have become post Sir Alex Ferguson. We are all about social media. We are all about Instagram. We are all about all this nonsense to hit likes and all those things rather than winning trophies, rather than winning competitions. You go and you lose. It's okay. Never mind. Tomorrow you just put in an apology on Instagram and everything is forgotten. This is not how we want the club to move forward. No. That is what if you ask me, that was my problem with him from the very beginning. Right? Granted, you can have social media, etc. It is inevitable, right? It is inevitable. Let's not pretend that it's not going to be there. That it's something that even our children, grandchildren, and all, they are going to grow through that era where social media is there. But football is about what you do on the pitch and not off the pitch. You had like so many brilliant players. That was what pisses me off. So many brilliant players got overlooked. So many brilliant players got sold. So many brilliant players were left on the bench for a person like Lingard to be playing for Manchester United of all team. That is my question. He could have been a fantastic player for, let's say, Nottingham Forest, for, let's say, Wolverhampton Wanderers. I'm okay with that. He is and he never was and he will never will be a proper Manchester United player that we want. We wanted players like Casemiro. We wanted players like Eriksen. We wanted someone like Martinez in the team, not someone like Jesse Lingard, not someone like Harry Maguire, not someone like, for that matter, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. These are players that Will Keane. You all remember Will Keane? Will Keane is a million times better centre back than Harry Maguire will ever be in his entire career. He was in our academy. What did we do? We sell all that because the name Will Keane does not have a Instagram or Facebook reach compared to players like Jesse Lingard and Harry Maguire do. Good publicity, bad publicity, doesn't matter. We are famous. People talk about us. Apologize, go ahead and lose another 3 or 4 games in a row. Sack managers after managers. At what risk? A decade after Sir Alex Ferguson, and we are still trying to find our foot. That is my actual problem. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know that Raj even exists, right? But this is what I feel, something that has happened to our club over the last 10 years. And like I said yesterday, Rom, when this morning when you told me about it, people always clap when a clown performs. That's how I see it.
What is frustrating is actually we had I think probably 2 chances to actually sell him off, but then the owners didn't want to do it because I think the return was not as much. That was really frustrating. Really frustrating.
Okay, so guys, I wouldn't be so harsh, He actually had a couple of good seasons. between I would say
Bro,
20.
couple of good months in a season.
No,
not
but
couple of good seasons.
let's
He has never had
there
a
was a
complete
time 2015, 2016, I think he scored the FA
Banggal,
Cup winner.
Banggal era.
2018 he was in the World Cup squad, right? So
Yeah.
obviously he was performing. Now I know there's also some personal issues he went through, I think, with his parents, his mum, and all that, right? And again, off the field things could also be a factor. And you're right. I don't doubt what you say as well, Raj. It became a social media circus. He became a social media circus. Okay, he, Pogba, and all. And that probably also was detrimental to his game. And he spoiled his own career. To me, I thought he was decent. I wouldn't say he was like a first teamer at United. He would be a decent backup, right? Decent backup, especially in that kind of form. Somebody who can offer a threat going forward. But he spoiled his own career with his social media antics. And then subsequently, actually, when he had the chance, that West Ham chance, I think we should have sold him. He should have gone there, right? And then now he goes to Forest. Forest is the side that just came up from the into the Premier League, so it's going to be a challenge for him as well. He should have actually gone back to West Ham when West Ham wanted him the next season. He may have done well. He did well at West Ham. Decent player. Maybe he'd have done well at a decent club.
Didn't wanted to sell him. That was the reality of it, Only wanted.
Correct. Yeah. So that was the mistake, lah.
Okay, so guys, we are pretty much at the end of our show. Let's do a quick round robin man of the match. All right, Pijal, man of the match.
Casemiro. I think I like Martial lah. Martial play proper striker that we haven't seen since.
They're trying to book
Trying to go so lah. Cannot. Okay, Casemiro. Okay, Raj.
Casemiro, bro, hands down. I mean, you can, if you don't choose Casemiro after what he did yesterday, I think you don't understand.
I know who Coach Jom is going with, lah.
Wait, don't jump the gun. Don't like to jump the gun with you.
Sorry.
Man of the match, stop.
Hands down, Casemiro, lah.
Okay, my man of the match, I'm gonna go different lah. Gonna be different than you guys lah. David De Gea for his chest. Boleh guna tangan, tak nak guna tangan.
Still a clean sheet.
And with that, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Good night.